Hi friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 130. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan, and I love to crochet, and I love to knit. And you can find all that yarny goodness on my social media, which is linked down below in the description box under this video. And any patterns that I talk about, any fancy yarns that I talk about will all be listed down below. So, shall we get on with it? I think so. The intro is a little off. It's gonna be for a while, honestly. Now that Daisy's no longer here, but I may sound like I'm tired, because I am. I just woke up from a nap. I had to be up early this morning and go to a meeting at a church about an hour away, and the meeting started at 8 o'clock this morning, so it's been a day so far. Anyway, so what all has happened since I last talked to you? Well, we got some new furniture. Yeah. So, I think I recorded on Sunday that evening. We got a call from a former pastor who was kind of coming to our church. They were gonna live here in this area for 6 months and live in Florida for 6 months, and they've just decided they're gonna move permanently to Florida. Not that I blame them at all. So they're like, we have a kitchen table, we have some beds, we have some dressers, wall art, all of that. If you want it, you can have it. Otherwise, give it away, whatever you want to do. So I thought immediately was, hey, we have the junk in the trunk coming up for our church, like to raise funds for our Sunday school. And so we thought, well, we could just sell all that. But then we were looking at the dressers, and it's like, they're a bit nicer than ours. At least the drawers are deeper, which that's the one thing I've hated about our dressers for a long time. So we looked at the dressers, we looked at the beds. Much nicer mattress than what we've got, although it is a full, not a queen. So we have downsized. Ryan's like, well, we don't have a cat taking up space in bed anymore, so it should be fine. And it has been. It's been okay. But yeah, it started off a whole week of cleaning, getting furniture taken apart, moved. Honestly, it was fruit basket upset in our bedrooms upstairs, like between our guest rooms and our room. Like in my room, the cedar chest and the nightstand was the only thing that stayed. In the other guest room where I would record before, the rocking chair that I sat in, the vanity table, and then I had a little side table that has the llamas. You see it at the end of the podcast. That table, that's all that stayed in that room. And in the other room, it was, again, a nightstand and a dresser that stayed. Everything else was moved, or either moved from another room, or it's new furniture. So, oh my gosh. Yeah. And in the midst of all that, so before I recorded my last podcast, I had injured my back. I didn't really realize the full extent of it until that Sunday. So yeah, in the midst of trying to move, I'm also trying not to hurt anything. Because, oh, my back was so bad. It's better now, thank goodness. But it's like, oh yeah, I have to be careful because I have an old back injury from 2005. So, gotta be aware of that. So yeah, we have a new bed and a new dresser. And then our old dressers we moved into the guest room where I would record. And it's now yarn storage. It's so nice. I love it. You just open a drawer. Ah, there's all my yarn. Although, like I said, it's not very deep drawers, so it can't hold a lot. So I still have bins of like all my acrylic yarn shoved in a closet. And really, I only need that acrylic yarn when I'm working on an amigurumi lady, you know? So anyway, we did have the junk in the trunk. What a day, honestly. It definitely didn't start as early as this morning did. Whew. But it was an early morning. It was hot. When the sun was out, it was really hot. We had to pay $18 to get a spot, and it's actually like 2 parking spots is what we had. And we had a lot of stuff, and we only made, well, if you subtract the $18, we made only $75. So, but we do have old bed frames and stuff to sell. That we're gonna try to do Facebook Marketplace, especially for some of the bigger items that we couldn't take, that people donated to us, especially the former pastor, or retired pastor, I should say. So we have that stuff that we can sell, that we didn't take to the junk in the trunk. I will say though, we only had half an hour left, maybe 20 minutes. And the heavens opened up, and it was a downpour. And of course, we had bins of things that we needed to sell, and so it's like, what? And it was like filling with water before we could even get it. It was a mess. It's still in the Sunday school room. We have an empty Sunday school room that we were raising money for to get furniture for. Yeah, so it's still drying in the Sunday school room. It should be dry by now. Oh, we'll have to figure out what to do with that. Not quite sure. But, so that was last week. This week has been Dutch Fest drama. This whole week, so if you're new, hi, welcome. I'm glad you found me. You ready for some tea? So I work for a nonprofit that is a school for special needs children and a day program for special needs adults. We have this big fundraiser, big event called Dutch Fest. And I mean, it's a big deal. It's very important. It raises a lot of money for our kids and our adults, and that's why I'm doing it. I have to keep that in mind because otherwise I would quit, honestly, with the way I was treated this week. It was bad. Basically, if I didn't get 2 things the way they wanted me to, they would go above my head. Yeah, it was, my coworker and I were just like, we're tired of this. We're just tired of this. And I've gotten to the point where it's like, I just want September to be done, because the event is at the end of September. Just be done. I don't want to think about September, and I hate that. Because September is an important month for my family. Like, my mom's birthday is then, my granny's birthday was then, it's like there's a lot of things that are special in September, and it's like I think about September and I want to throw up. All because of this event and the ladies that have just taken over. And just being difficult, asking for things, and when I say, sorry, that's not going to happen, that's not going to work, well, why? And the pushback that I get, and then they'll say, well, we're not asking you to drop everything. Yes, you are. You are. That's what you're doing. So I was in tears on Thursday. Like, just, why are you being like this? I just, And then Ryan, who also works at Elam, he was like, hey, we're gonna have the foam cannon out. You wanna come over and take pictures and hang out with us? And I was like, yes, I do. So we have this big inflatable pit, GaGa Ball Pit, which I don't even know what GaGa Ball is, but anyway, it's a big pit, inflatable, so it's all soft on the sides. And they have a foam cannon, so it's like soap and water, like you would think, and they just filled it with foam. And the adults got in there, and it was so much fun to watch. And they're all like, Lori, look at this, and they're playing in the foam, and it just made me so happy. It's like, this is why I deal with these crazy ladies. Not all of them are crazy. There are some I would do anything for. I would bend over backwards if I could for them. There's always those bad apples, you know? Those pushy apples that just... So, but then when I went to my meeting this morning, it was for missionary, so it's Nazarene Missions International. I'm on the district council, so kind of a big deal. Ooh, my elbow just popped. But the NMI president for our district, she loves Dutch Fest. She's been going for years, so I took her a brochure. I was like, here you go, Lynn, if you want to come. And she's like, oh, yay! And she's just like, I'm gonna come early so I can get the Oli bowling and all this stuff. And I'm like, good for you. I'm just I don't want to be here. No, it'll be okay. It'll be fine. Just need to breathe and relax, and then once it's all over, I can concentrate on going on my cruise and being in the Caribbean, and just, yeah, that's all. That's all I need to worry about. So, enough complaining. Let's talk about yarny goodness, shall we? Yeah. So I don't have any finished objects. Nope, I don't. So I have 4 makes in progress. What are we starting with? We're gonna start with my design in progress, shall we? Actually, I have 2 designs in progress. We'll go with the crochet one. Yeah, we'll start with crochet and then we'll go to knitting. So, in this bag, this is my Chingi bag. This Chingi I got when I was little, when I was a missionary kid in Africa. I have my pins. The weapon we have is love. Keep moving forward. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Those are fun pins. So in this bag is my design, inspired by Josephine Baker. I've been working on this design for quite a while. So I'm calling it Rainbows and Feathers. Where's the other yarn? There it is. And I don't have the ball bands with me. But this is Mode Knit lace weight yarn. I believe it's 100% superwash merino. Look at those colors. I finally used my new yarn winder to make a nice little cake here. Although It's taking a beating in my bag. I need to get some yarn socks or skein coats or whatever you want to call them. Anyway, this is the colorway Night Music. Fitting for Josephine. And then I have this lovely mohair which is attached. This is Leading Men Fiber Arts. 73% mohair. That would be 27%. I forget the percentage. It's kid mohair and mulberry silk. And this is the colorway Royalty. It's a beautiful purple tonal. There's some blues in here too. You'll see every once in a while. So this is the first panel that I did. Here we are. Da, 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 da. That purple kind of clashes, but I was like, oh, that looks good with my shirt now, but never mind. So yeah, it's a very long, very wide panel, and this is only panel 1. This is panel 2. I'm almost done with it. So where this lovely cicada is, thanks Lori. Lady at my church gave this to me. Let's flip it around. There's the cicada. So that's where it was last time. I've done all of this. I found this stitch marker. It's actually the logo for Mode Knits. I was like, well, am I using their yarn? I should use their stitch marker, right? So this is how much I did last night. I am really close to finishing. I think I have 20 more rows for this panel. And then there's the middle part that I have to do still. So it's going to be big. But like, look at, like, it's so lightweight. I mean, with the mohair and the superwash merino, like, it'll still be warm, but I'm hoping it won't be that warm. As a woman of a certain age, I'm kind of shying away from shawls and stuff that hold the heat in. It's bad sometimes. Actually, speaking of that now, whew, I had to turn off the air so you could hear me. So yeah, so I'm getting close to the rainbow part of what I want to do. So, if you would like to test this, let me know. I am going to need some testers soon. Okay. So, my other crochet project is living in my granny square bag that I made myself. And I don't think I pointed out this pin. It is a Chicago yarn hot dog. So it's basically supposed to look like a Chicago dog with all of those fixins, but it's made out of yarn and other notions. It's like a measuring tape, some stitch markers, a ribbon, all of that. So in here is the Daisy Tee by Yay for Yarn. The yarn that I am using, here it is. Oof, that's getting rough too. This is Cascade Heritage sock in the colorway Violet Indigo. It's a 75-25 blend. It's a gorgeous purple. Obviously, I love purple. Did I say it was the Daisy Tee? Yeah, I did. So I'm almost done with the panel. I'm getting close to where I increased for the sleeves. So this is just the body panel. So last time you saw, wait, I've got this upside down. Okay, so here's where I was last time with this cute little kitty stitch marker. It goes all the way up here. I added a whole nother repeat of the pattern. And I'm actually in the middle of a repeat. Yeah. So I think once I finish this, then I can start extending for the sleeves. So I'm very excited about this. Obviously, with the loss of my kitty Daisy, it's been very therapeutic to work on this one. So, oh, whew, that cough came out of nowhere. Choking on my own spit. Goodness. Okay, we'll go back to a design, but we're going to talk about my knit stuff now. So in here is a design for Louisa May Alcott. This is a bag made by myself. It's a very dodgy bag. And then my pin on here is Thumper from the movie Bambi, because that was my nickname when I was a baby. And this fabric here, I keep thinking, what did my grandma make? My grandma made me something when I was really little, out of this fabric. And when I found it at Hobby Lobby, I think, it's like, ooh, I need this, and I made a bag out of it. So in here is my March Sisters cowl, which is Louisa May Alcott's most famous book, is Little Women. I do have some I'm designing a knit project, which, what is my life now? So basically, different cables have different meanings. So I went through different cables and I picked ones for each sister in the March family in Little Women. I already did a cowl that just had the Meg cable pattern. So now I'm trying to do one with all 4 girls. I'm not sure how this is gonna work. I'll just show you the yarn. So this is the yarn. This is Yakagani DK. Is it Squishy DK? I forget what their DK base is called. But Yakagani yarns. This is the colorway Ravager's Funeral, which is a Guardians of the Galaxy reference. Here's where we are so far. So I have this lovely stitch marker here. It's got books on it. Can you see it? Kinda. Figured it was perfect. And so this marks the beginning of the row, and then I have all these little, not this one, but this one here is a kitty. I have all these cute little kitty knitting stitch markers to mark where the 4 girls' cables are. And I have done 1 row of cabling, so you can't really see it yet. Yeah. You can kind of see where some of it is. We'll see how this goes. I'm not very confident in this design, but I want it to be good. Anyway, so there's that. My last make in progress is my socks. I always have a pair of knitted socks on the go, just because it's usually a small bag that I can keep in another, like, take with me wherever I go. So in here are my, I've been calling them my Zauber Ball socks, because that is the name of the yarn. Here it is. It's the Schopel Zauberball Crazy. It's a German yarn. I have wanted to use one of these for so long. This is the color, I'll put the German name on the screen, but it is Indian Rose is how it's translated. I'm not sure if I could say it correctly. So this, because it's one big ball, I usually do my socks 2 at a time. However, I didn't want to split that one up. I wanted to try something new. I wanted to do 9-inch circulars to see how that would work. I flew through the first sock. This is the first sock here. I will say, I forgot to say this last time. I actually, once I got to the heel, I pulled it out the middle, the center of that ball, and so that's why the heel looks like that. So it's from a different part of the skein. Just because I wanted the front of my sock, to just seamlessly go. I wanted the colors to go throughout. Sock number 2 is here. I am so close to being done. I think I'm like 30 rows and then the ribbing. And I do a 10-row rib because I don't need a lot of cuff, honestly. I just want the socks done. So last time you saw, I was here in the midst of this purple, and then went through there. I have the heel. Again, I just pulled from the middle, and then here I am. I have this cute little, it's a skein of yarn, actually, is what it is, to mark the beginning of the row. I've been putting stitch markers to mark every 20 rows so I know where I'm at. I will say with this, with just doing this versus the magic loop version of 2 at a time, making sure I got my heel in the right spot was a bit stressful on both. So you do need to keep that in mind when you're doing just round and round and round, which I understand. I mean, I'm flying through this. And of course it's one sock at a time, so I'm getting through the socks fast. Or the sock fast, but I have to do the second sock. So I will probably be finishing this tomorrow, in all honesty. We shall see. I may even work on it tonight. Ryan's going to a friend's for game night. I have the house to myself. I may go with, I don't know. They have cats. I may go and play with their cats for a bit. Just cause, you know, I'm missing my girl. Alright, so those are all my makes in progress. Things I'm going to start. Since I'm going to be finishing my crazy socks soon. What is that noise? I think Ryan's watching TikTok or something. Since I'm going to be finishing my socks, I need to get the next pair of socks ready to go. So in here will be the daisy socks. Yeah, I found all these patterns that were daisy named, and you know, since my daisy girl passed away, it's like, that's all I've been thinking about. So this bag, I don't have a pin on it yet. I'll get one though. This was made for me by Lori, who also did the cicada stitch marker. She's a lady at my church. Thank you, Lori. The yarn in here is from some more friends of mine. Yax and Rue, who have RMR Yarn Co. This is on their Super Fino fingering, so it's 75/25. The colorway is Azucena. I'll put it on the screen. Which is, all their colorways are in Spanish. But it means lily. And so I thought having lily colored yarn and having a daisy pattern would be fun. Plus I love this bright pink. It's so cute. Yeah, so I will be starting on these soon. Although I was thinking, should I have a difficult sock pattern when in the midst of Dutch Fest planning? or should I just have vanilla socks going? And I was like, you know what? I'll be fine. We'll get through these. They may go slow, but I will get through these. So yeah, so I'm gonna wind those up either tonight or tomorrow, whenever I finish these socks. And then we'll get started on those. The Daisy sock is also by Debbie Ford, who did the Wonderment sock, which I did earlier this year. That was a fun pattern. First time doing cabling. I also have been looking at patterns for Ryan for a hat for his birthday. I want to do some kind of cat color work on it. I have been looking at this hat, the Stare. Not quite sure if that's what I'm looking for. I mean, it's cool. I like it. But then I'm like, there have been other color work there's so many cat color work patterns out there. I'm like, maybe. But another crochet pattern that I want to do, it's a crochet garment. I bought this yarn a while ago. You've seen it before. It's the Sheep G's Color Crafter. Yeah, Color Crafter. It's a DK weight. Love this bright blue. It's so pretty. It's in the colorway Delft. Of course, Sheep G's or Sheep G's, however you say it, is a Dutch company. Delft is like a Dutch China, so I have a lot of Dutch going on in my life right now. So I found this pattern. It's called the Maria top. It's a granny stitch pattern, so it's easy. It'll be easy. But I definitely don't have enough yarn of this. I have 2 skates for this, and plus I wanted to stripe another color in. So I had seen this yarn when I had gone to Joann's a couple months ago, maybe something like that. Did I buy it then? No. So since then I've been on the hunt for it. And this morning after my meeting, I went to the Joann down in Bourbonnais. I have been wanting to go to one of these Joanns that has this gorgeous wall of yarn that says knit and all. Like, look at these pictures. Like, it's it was so fun. I just wish I had somebody with me the whole time. But I found the color that I was looking for. Sorry for the rustling. So here we are. This is what it's gonna be. So this is Big Twist. There you go, Big Twist Value. It's a painted color. It's not the solid color. And this is the colorway Blue Speckles. So I'm thinking I'm going to do every other row. Maybe I'll do 2 rows at a time. I haven't quite decided yet. With a granny stitch, you have to be careful with doing every other row a color. You know, because then it just stacks weird. So I'm not going to be starting this for a while. I'll figure it out by then. But I have the yarn that I need for it. So there's that. Also, while I was walking around, because I needed to wait a while. Because I was going to order pizza from this pizza place that we like and take it home. Which meant I had to smell it the whole way home. So bad. So I just walked around that Joann's for a while. And I found this lovely pink skein. It's so... it is their knit and crochet premium yarn. This is a Joann's yarn. It is a 75-25 thing. 100 grams, 433 yards, and the colorway is Berry Burst. I wish the Links of Frank Mal was still going. Because between this and this, oh wait, those look good together. I was trying to find a yarn to do a contrast heel sews and cuffs, but I wasn't finding any in my stash. But no, I don't want to do that. This would be something, I don't know. I don't know yet. I did also buy some more of the skin tones. I gone to the Joann in Orland Park looking for the blue and white yarn. They had one skein. I needed two. So now I have three. We'll figure it out. But I did find some more skein tones, so I think I should have enough yarn to finish all the ladies that I want to make and the prints that I want to make. So I think I've got all the colors for the skin for all of these people. So that brings me to a prize that I won. First, my coworker had planned this trip a couple years ago. She got to go to the Olympics in Paris. Yeah, I'm like, what? Who does that? So her and her friends had planned a trip to go to London, and then they were in Paris for 3 days. She said, I need a vacation from this vacation. I was like, I don't blame you. She said she got 25,000 steps a day, all of that. So, but she bought me a little pin. It's the Eiffel Tower and the Olympic rings, like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, if I were ever go to Paris, like, the Eiffel Tower is the one thing I want to see, honestly. And I want to go to Versailles, but this is the only thing I really want to see. I've had a fascination with this thing since high school. So yeah, this may go in my bag, actually. She was like, I didn't know if you would like pins. I was like, I put them on my crochet and knit project bags all the time, so it's perfect. It's great. She's like, oh, good. So I got a new pin. But then there went my basket. I have a little bit more room here when I podcast here, but the coffee table is very limited in space. So I participated in the Lisa Frank Make Along, which was run by Hannah from the Cozy Cottage Crochet. And I won a prize. So she did a random comment picker, and she actually pulled my name twice. Because I had done 3 projects and I chatted quite a bit. And actually the post that made me win was a chat post. So just saying, if you're participating in Make Along on Ravelry, don't just post your projects. Like, actually comment on other people's stuff too. You never know. So I won this cute little bag. This is from Twice Sheared Sheep. Has a little pocket in the back here. It's a really nice pocket too. And then in here is this lovely skein of yarn. This is also from Twice Sheared Sheep. It's Everyday Merino. It is 100% superwash merino. I'm guessing this is a DK weight. And the colorway Sugar Beet. Actually, kind of matches that. Also, got this cute little sheepy Progress Keeper. And I got this cute tin. We'll put it this way, with a dragon on it. And so this will hold notions. So, yay! Thank you, Hannah. I greatly appreciate this. And I'm not sure which project will go in here first, but something will. And then there was also a note in there about, sorry about your cat. And I'm like, thank you. So yeah, this definitely made me feel better. So, is that everything? Yes. So with that, I'm going to go. Need to clean up. Because even in a bigger space, podcasting is still messy. So with that, I will see you all later. God bless. Bye.